Do you know how to do equalization from your equalizer? Welcome to BTS Audio, your home for audio solution. Today I'm going to teach on how to do equalization. So we need to run some basics, and this is a common equalizer that you know, the Boschman EQ75 Pro. Also here I have a Nakamichi equalizer, and NEQ91, which is a 9-band equalizer. This is a 7-band equalizer. So let us understand what do we mean by setting up the equalizer. So today we run about what is involved. Most people just play around with these knobs, and their music starts sounding like it's not equalized. These are the knobs that we use. The first one is the volume knob. As you can see, the volume knob, which is determines the volume, but this one you have to balance depending on how your amplifier is set. Also, if you put it's too much, you will have the hissing sound when your audio is off. So you have to match here. The gain has to be matched. The fader, this is just determining if you want the rear or the front to, if you want to move sound to the front or to the rear, this is what you use. These are the switches to determine the input and the illumination, green or red. Here we have the sub gain. This is a subwoofer volume control. That's a sub gain. This determines the volume of your subwoofer. The next one here we have the subwoofer frequency. This is the 30 Hz to 150 Hz. This is a subwoofer frequency control. This only controls the subwoofer frequency, which will mostly range between mostly we do it between 30 and 80, maximum around 80, because when you go above that you start getting the mid bass frequencies. Then from here we have these ones, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why we say it's a 7-band equalizer, not counting the subwoofer control. Now this one will control the mid-range, so the 50 and 125 and 315, these are for the mid-range, the mid-bass outputs. 750 is mid-level mid-bass, so we are now starting to move towards more of the vocals. The 2.2K kilohertz, this one is the vocals, more vocals. 6,000 and 12,000, these are for the tweeter frequencies, because the tweeter range they start from around 4,000 upwards up to 20,000. So this one has this up to those levels. So these are for the tweeters, the last two are for the tweeters. The next one, the third one here, is for the vocals. Now the vocal outputs, the mids outputs, and you have to balance very well between the 50 to 315. You have to be very keen here so that your mid bass does not appear muddy or too punchy. These are for the mid bass, more of the vocals and the tweeters here. So at least you know, you don't just turn the knobs up and down, you know how to use it. Similarly to this, you also have similar setup, has the volume, the fader, which determines if it's a front or rear, the sub volume, and then this one does not have a sub frequency control, but mostly the first one will determine the sub levels. As 125 for the mid, 125, 250, 500, these are for the mid bass. Then 1 kilohertz, this one now has a 1 kilohertz, 1 kilohertz, 2 kilohertz for the vocals. This is how the voice appears, if it's sharp or detailed. Then the 4,000, this has 4,000. So 4,000, 8,000 and 16,000 are for the tweeters. So also the 4,000 is a very important frequency, or the 4 kilohertz, because it determines the differentiation between the last of the vocals and the start of the tweeter. So you also have to be careful with the 4,000 kilohertz. So this same design, it's only determining which frequency affect what. That is the key thing. You don't just have to turn the knobs around, so you have to do an actual understanding. So that's all for the equalizer. Now at least you understand how to do equalization, and at least even if it's you take your car to the car wash and the people play around with your knobs, at least you are able to return back to your audio settings. Thank you.